In Indian polity, we are going to discuss about fundamental rights. Total articles 12 to 35 which deals about the fundamental rights. In the previous class, we discussed about Article 12 and 13. Article 12 talks about the definition and meaning of the state, and Article 13 which talks about the definition and meaning of the law. Okay, in this class we are going to discuss about Article 14 under the right to equality. Right to equality is the first fundamental right. Total 5 articles under this right to equality. Articles 14 to 18. Okay. So Article 14 is equality before law and equal protection of laws. So the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law and equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. So in this entire sentence, there are two important terms. One is person and another one is territory of India. Here person means citizens, foreigners and legal persons. Okay. And a legal persons means statutory corporations, companies, registered societies. Also comes under the person point of view. Okay. Next term is the territory of India. In our constitution, under part 1, there is a article 1. So this talks about the territory of India, union and its territory. So states of Indian Union and union territories and acquired territories, these all comes under the territory point of view. Okay. So first feature is equality before law. So we taken this important feature from the British Constitution. There is no special privileges in favor of any particular person. So all are equal. Okay, equal subjection of all persons. It means ordinary laws are administered by the ordinary law courts. And there is no person above the law, whether he is rich or poor, whether he is a high caste or low caste, official or non-official. There is no point related to these circumstances. All persons are equal before the law. Okay. And next important feature is equal protection of laws under Article 14. So we taken this important feature from the American Constitution. Equality of treatment under equal circumstances. It means there is a differentiation between rich and poor people, and there is a different treatment of rich and poor. Okay. Even privileges and liabilities also imposed by the laws with similar application of same laws to all persons who are similar situated. Okay. So similar application of laws for the similar circumstances. Okay. So first concept is negative concept, that is equality before law, because there is no matter related to rich or poor. So all are equal. Okay. Next important feature is a positive concept, because there is a differentiation between rich and poor, high and low, and high caste or low caste. Okay. So whatever it may be, the aim is equality of legal status and opportunity and justice in the equal protection of laws. Okay. So I will give a good example of these two important features. First example for the equality before law. Here first person name is A and the next person name is B. Okay. A is working under the government sector and he is receiving 10,000 rupees per month. Okay. And he is paying tax 100 rupees to the government. Coming to the B point of view, he is doing work under the private sector and he is receiving 2,000 rupees per month and he is paying tax 100 rupees to the government. Okay, just to compare the A and B. First, A is a rich person because he is working with a high income under the government sector. Coming to the B point of view, he is poor because he is working with a low income under the private sector. Even though they are paying equal tax, because equality before law is applicable. Okay, there is no matter whether he is rich or poor. Okay. So this is the best example for the equality before law. Okay. Next example is equal protection of laws. So the first person name is C and the next person name is D. Okay. So C has a high income and D has a low income. Okay. So In this point, the government schemes will apply to the low income people. Okay, for example, take a white ration card. So this important scheme which is applicable to the low income people, right? And coming to the income tax point of view, so high income people will pay high income tax and low income people will pay low income tax. So this is the example for the equal protection of laws. Okay, I hope you can understand these two examples. And the Supreme Court held that where equals and unequals are treated differently. It means some people are equal and some people are unequal because of their circumstances. In this point, Article 14, especially equality before the law, doesn't apply. Okay? And there is a reasonable classifications. Whenever there is a differential between the people, there is a reasonable classification of the persons based on the objects transactions by the law. Okay, so the classification should not be arbitrary and artificial. Okay, it should be based on the intelligible and substantial, and this should be answerable and reasonable. Okay, so the classification should be reasonable and answerable. Okay, coming to the rule of law point of view. So the concept of equality before the law is an element of rule of law. So rule of law is propounded by the A.V. Desai. He was a British jurist. Okay, and he given three elements under the rule of law. First one is absence of arbitrary power. It means autocratic power. So there is no man can be punished except for a breach of law. Okay, and the next element is equality before the law. So equal subjection of all citizens, whether he is rich or poor, official or non-official, high caste or low caste, there is no point related to these circumstances, but equality before law is applicable. So ordinary laws of persons administered by the ordinary law courts. Okay, third element is individuals primary rights. So constitution will be formed out of the primary rights. Okay, so these individuals rights are enforceable by the courts. So we can say that constitution is the result of individuals rights. Okay, this is the third element of the rule of law. So these three elements are propounded by the A.V. Desai, but we are following first two elements. Okay, first one and the second one are applicable to the India. Okay, coming to the Indian system, the constitution is the source of the individual's right. Okay, so this is not the constitution result of individual's right. Okay, in India, constitution is the source of the individual's right. Okay, and the Supreme Court held that the rule of law in Article 14 is a basic feature of the constitution. So Supreme Court declared this rule of law is a basic feature in Keshavananda Bharati case 1973. Okay, so there are some exceptions to equality before law. Okay, equality before law is not absolute. There are some exceptions. There are constitutional exceptions to this. Okay, and a president and a governor of a states can enjoy some immunities under Article 361. First one is president and governors are not answerable to any court for the exercise and performance of the powers and duties of his office. Okay, and there is no criminal proceedings against the president and governor during the term. Okay, and there is no process of arrest and imprisonment issued from any court during the term of the president and governors. Okay, and there is no civil proceedings against them during the term. If any act done by him in his personal capacity before or entered into the office, so there is a 2 months prior notice will be given to the president. If no reaction given by him, the president will go to the court and the civil proceedings will be taken place. Okay, and Article 361 clause A, which talks about there is no civil and criminal proceedings in any court which talks about the publication in a newspaper of a substantially true report of any proceedings of the houses of the parliament and either house of the state legislatures. If a false statement, the civil proceedings will be taken. Okay, under Article 361, Clause A. Okay, and Article 105, which talks about there is no member of the parliament shall be liable to any proceedings in any court related to his vote in parliament or its committees. Okay, and coming to the Article 194, which talks about no member of the legislature in a state shall be liable to any proceedings in any court about his vote or committees. Okay, and important exception is Article 31C. Okay, it provides the laws made by the state for implementing the directive principles contained in Article 39 sub clause B clause C. Okay, these are not challenged in courts on the point of fundamental rights violation. Okay, so Article 31C is exception to the Article 14. Okay, so Supreme Court held that whenever Article 31C comes in, Article 14 goes out. Okay, and next important exception is foreign sovereigns. It means rulers of other countries and ambassadors and diplomats. So there is no criminal and civil proceedings against them. Okay, and there is no criminal and civil proceedings against the UNO and its agencies. Okay, so they enjoy diplomatic immunity. Okay.